Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the channel. My name is Jeremiah, and this is my new channel called Straight Shootin'. What this channel is going to be about is just talking about some of my life experiences and the things that I deal with daily, and some stuff that really bugs me. Some stuff that probably bugs you as well. I don't know what kind of line of work you work in, but this is going to tell you a little bit about what I've done. So to start out with, I've worked in most types of business, mainly customer service, sales. I have a big sales background, but I also have worked in construction, and of course starting out at Winn-Dixie back in the day, stocking shelves is my first job. But most of it has been sales and service experience. Customer service and sales has been my big background here. Now, a lot of the stuff that I go over that in this channel will be things, like I said, that I've experienced and kind of gets under my skin a little bit, especially when you're trying to help somebody else out. And let's face it, sometimes people just like to walk on you and act like it doesn't matter that you're a human too, and you're trying to feed your family and do things. So first thing I'd like to talk about on this channel is my car selling experience. I worked in the car business for several years, probably too long. Might have warped my mind a little bit when it comes down to that, but started in sales, worked my way up to even management. Love the business, but there's truthfully the reason I got out: no life if you have a family in the car business. Any of the car guys out there can understand that if you are not there selling a car, you're not making any money for your family. So that's where I'm going to start out with this video. From there, in future videos, we're also going to go into some of the service and sales things that I do now, which I love where I work now and stuff. It's a lot of opportunity for me to grow and better for my family with more family time. So let's talk about the car business here. Car business, as everybody knows, the customer wants the best deal. They're always wanting the lowest price and the best price out there, which anymore days you can shop online and find the best price, folks. There's no reason to go and beat up on the car salesman looking for the best price. Go to TrueCar, go to Car Gurus, go shopping, look at the cars you're looking for, and I guarantee you can find probably a couple of them just like what you want within a couple 100-mile radius. So do your homework first and then go to the car guy. You might be able to get a little bit less, but remember, the reason that it drove me out of the business really is because customers didn't care much about what I made to feed my family. They just wanted the best deal. At the end of the day, a lot of car guys, if you're not making gross on the front end of your deal, you're making $100. Maybe if you're working at a really good dealership, like I had been at for a while, you're making $200. That, or if they're lucky, maybe it's a car that's been on the lot for a long time, the dealership's dying to get rid of it, so they do a thing called putting a flat, which is a bonus on it, so that the car salesman can make a little extra money on these things. But like I said, at the end of the day, customers always wanting the best deal. It doesn't come down to the car salesman, how much money he's going to make. A lot of customers don't realize what a car salesman makes on a car deal. Most dealerships, if the customer allows us to make some money on the deal, either making it off of your trade or making it off of the new vehicle being sold, the salesperson will make 25% off of that gross profit on the deal. And that's the front end gross. So what you've left for the car salesman to make off of either the trade or the new vehicle is what you're making. And a lot of times when you're buying brand new cars, the manufacturer has those big giant rebates everybody loves. That cuts out the gross for that salesman. So they're hoping and praying that they can sit there and make some money on trading your car in. And most people these days are very educated, and they go to a lot of your Kelley Blue Book, places like that, and they try to find out what their car is worth before they show up to the dealership. Let's face it, that's not an accurate source. Anybody and everybody that's worked in the car business can tell you that is not accurate. They're going to be looking at what they can take the car to and get rid of it to wholesale it, especially in the condition that your car is in. Maybe it's an older one you drove, the wheels fell off. They just want to make sure that they're not going to lose money on the long end of this. So if they can't for some reason get rid of your car or sell it, they want to make sure they can take it to the auction and be able to wholesale it and get rid of it and not lose money. Because let's face it, Car dealerships, if they don't make some type of money, you're not going to be going to a car dealership to buy your next car. But that's where they come from, and that's what a car salesman tries to do. Everybody looks at a car salesman as scum. A lot of people always came into the dealership looking at me as I was some type of crook trying to get one over on them. I didn't like trying to get one over on anybody. I'll be 100% honest with you. When I was selling cars, if you didn't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. I would even be honest when I was doing the car deal, and I went back and forth a couple times on the price for the vehicle. I would let you know my final price on it just because I needed to feed my family. And if I've done a good job, I feel like I deserve some type of profit from it as well. Sometimes that worked out a lot of times, but there's some times where people just didn't care because they thought I was still making more money and lying to them. Car salesmen are up there with politicians. Everybody thinks that we're the biggest liars out there. And that's one thing that I just didn't like anymore. I'm a very honest person. As you'll see in this channel, I'm going to be very honest with you and have my opinion out there, and I'm not going to hold anything back. But when it came down to the end of the day, I was working 60 plus hours. Last dealership I worked at, new cars, most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, you were making about $100 because that was what you were selling on new vehicles. We sold a lot of new cars there. And of course, at the end of the month, we might have hit a bonus for selling a certain amount of vehicles and stuff. But when it came down to it, every week you get paid and you sell 6 cars. Let's face it, folks, how many people can live out there off of $600 a week? Not me. I got big bills. I like bills. I like toys. I like nice things. As you see, I have a nice fish tank, my hobbies. But that's something that I couldn't sustain. And at the end of the month, when you're making an extra maybe $1,000 bonus, you're trying to budget everything all month long, hoping and praying that you can hit your bonuses, waiting for the next person to walk in. And that's another thing I couldn't stand, was I was waiting for someone to come in, for me to try to convince to buy a car, and they were looking to buy something for me, but I have to give it away to give to them, when it was something they wanted that I had to give away. And I'm sorry if you heard the squeaking, that's my bull terrier over there. I've been trying to keep him quiet. But that was something that drove me nuts. Someone looking for something I had, but then wanted to beat me up over what I had to be able to get the best deal out there. And they didn't care about what I was doing, about my family or anything when it came down to it. So I got out of the car business because of the hours. I was hardly there. Went through one divorce because I was never at home probably a lot of the time. And other than that, I have a new relationship with a new fiance, and I didn't want to do that again. So I opted out of the car business, where I did make a lot of money. I sold a lot of cars and made good money off of bonuses and stuff. And I met a lot of great people. That's the one thing that I do love about customer service and sales, is getting to meet people, getting to know you people out there. It's a great experience, being able to do things like that. But I just want you folks to know that car salesmen, there are shysters. There are people that are always out there to get one over on you. But there's a lot of the younger guys in the business that are in it trying to learn something, that enjoy it. I absolutely enjoyed working in the car business because I'm a car guy. I love cars. I got to drive things that I'll probably never own. Hopefully one day I can. But it's stuff that I probably never get to own, and I'd have to have too big of a garage. But it was something I enjoyed, learning about cars as my passion, and then getting to meet people as well. But the fact that people didn't care about what I was doing at the end of the day, and they just wanted the best deal. And a lot of times the people that were out there trying to grind you and get that best deal always were the customers in the long run that were never happy. And after you made $100 off the deal, you're going to hear from them week in and week out about how they need this, or this isn't perfect on their car, and they just want to keep using you. At some point, you got to cut them off with it and just turn it over to the dealership and let them handle it so you can sell another car. They're not eating your time up. But it was something that drove me nuts in the car business. So I'm no longer there. I work in the banking business now, and I deal with customers daily. I take a lot of phone calls helping people out. But that's for a later video. I hope you folks enjoyed this video, getting to know me a little bit, and I'm going to share a lot more of my life with you. Hopefully this channel takes off. So if you like what you saw and you want to hear some more, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and I'm going to try to be doing some videos every couple days around my schedule with work and everything, because let's face it, I'm not a big primetime YouTuber that I can do this every day, which I would love to do, but I have a work schedule and family that I got to work with. And hopefully one day I get to share everybody with you. I hope you folks have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.